All right, today we're going to build a complete, practical toolkit to help you make social plans in English. We're talking about going from just having a simple idea all the way to confidently saying, "See you there."
You know that feeling, right? We've all been there. You want to hang out with someone, but the words just feel kind of clunky. Well, we're going to fix that. And this isn't some dry grammar lesson. It's all about learning a super important social skill that'll make your conversations just flow.
Okay, so first things first. Every great plan, doesn't matter if it's for a coffee or a whole weekend trip, it always starts with one thing, a simple suggestion. So we're going to break down the 3 most common, most useful ways to do it.
Now take a look at this. It's kind of cool, right? Just a tiny change in how you phrase something completely shifts the vibe. Let's is super direct and full of energy. How about is a little softer, more gentle. And why don't we feels really collaborative, like you're figuring it out together.
Okay, so first up, we've got let's. It's just short for let us, and it is your absolute go-to for informal, friendly suggestions. And here's the golden rule. You absolutely have to remember this. You always follow it with the simple base form of the verb. No to, no ing. Just let's go, let's try, let's watch. Simple.
And this is a perfect example in the wild. It's not just some vague, let's do something. Nope, it's specific. We're talking a picnic in the park this weekend. It's got that enthusiastic feel, and it gives your friend all the details they need to get excited and say yes.
All right, next up in our toolkit is how about... Now this one is wonderfully flexible and, like we said, a bit gentler. You can follow it with an ing verb, like how about going? Or you can just use a simple noun, like how about a coffee? It's the perfect way to kind of test an idea without being too pushy.
You see how that feels, right? It's just softer. It feels more like a gentle question than some strong proposal. You're basically floating the idea out there. Hey, what do you think about the museum? And you're checking to see if they're interested. It's a very, very conversational and polite way to kick off a plan.
And rounding out our top 3 is why don't we? Now, this is super important. It looks like a question, but it's not actually asking for a reason why you shouldn't do something. It's a collaborative suggestion. It's like you're inviting the other person to brainstorm with you. And just like let's, it's followed by the simple base verb.
Oh, this is such a classic example. You've identified a problem you both share. It is way too hot. And then you propose a solution for both of you. Why don't we go swimming? It makes it feel like it's a shared idea from the very start, which is just super inclusive and friendly. Okay, so we've got the suggestion down. What's next? Well, we've got to turn it into a real invitation. And choosing the right tone here, whether it's for a wedding or just a casual coffee, is absolutely crucial. And wow, look at the difference here. On the left, you've got that polished, super respectful language for official events. But on the right, you've got the relaxed, friendly phrases you'd actually use with your friends. And hey, notice that British informal option, fancy joining us? It's just a cool, casual way of saying, would you like to?
All right, so to make a really great invitation, you need the right words for the event itself. I mean, knowing the specific name for a gathering just makes your invitation sound so much more natural and clear.
So here's a little menu for you, a quick fire list of common social events you can now use with total confidence. We're talking everything from a farewell party for a coworker who's leaving, to a casual coffee morning, or maybe even a cultured trip to an exhibition at a museum. Okay, so let's flip the script. Someone's just invited you out. Awesome. Now, how do you say yes? See, it's not just about agreeing, it's about sounding warm and grateful and genuinely happy that they thought of you. A really great way to respond follows a simple little formula. First, thank the person. Then, show them you're excited. Phrases like, I'd love to, or that would be lovely, are absolutely perfect for this. And check out that pro tip. Combining them and then asking a follow-up question like, what time, is probably the most natural response you can give. All right, now for the one that can feel a little tricky, saying no. Declining an invitation politely is such an important social skill in English, and honestly, getting this right is a total game changer for your friendships. So first, let's talk about what not to do. Seriously, avoid this. A direct, blunt no like this can sound really rude or dismissive in English-speaking cultures, even if you don't mean it that way at all. It lacks any kind of warmth or social softness. But don't worry, there's a super simple 3-step formula that works every single time. You start with gratitude, you politely say you can't attend, and that phrase, I can't make it, is your best friend here. And then you give a simple, totally acceptable reason like, I already have plans. You don't need to give your life story, just something simple. And here it is, all put together. See how nice that sounds? It's polite, it's clear, and it's warm. And that last part, maybe another time, that is fantastic. It shows that even though you can't come this time, you really value their friendship and you do want to see them in the future.
So what's the bottom line here? It's that you now have a complete toolkit to go from a simple idea to a finished plan, and to respond to any invitation with total confidence. The only question left is, who are you going to invite and what's the first plan you're going to make?